Hey folks, it's Andy Wynn, producer and level designer for Monaco. Before we get started, you should know that this video will spoil one of the campaign levels in Monaco. Exploration is an important experience in Monaco, so I recommend not to watch this video if you want to discover this level on your own. So let's begin. Before we start any level, it's really important for us to have a real location to reference. In this case, we use Jimmyz, which is a famous nightclub. So I look at some images and get an idea for what it might be like to be in Jimmyz. Now that I know what I'm working with, I begin listing ideas of things that might be in a nightclub, just like Family Feud. So there's dancing, alcohol, DJs. These are kind of the first three things that really come to my mind. Now I start thinking of the level from the player's perspective as he walks through it. How is he going to navigate this level? What is going to be the focus of his attention, and what's going to be his overall experience. So to do that, I make the DJs front and center. The dance floor is really large, and I put bars everywhere. These are the centerpieces of this level, and it becomes the focus of the user's experience. With these images in the player's mind, we can emulate the emotion of being in a nightclub, but of course that's not enough to make a level. So let's expand on the ideas we already have. One way we can do that is to think about our level architecturally. What kind of spaces do we have? How do the sizes and shapes vary throughout the level? It's important to be aware of the variety of spaces that are offered in your level. Small rooms versus big rooms, tight hallways versus wide hallways. Creating a spectrum of sizes, in my opinion, adds more variety to the level. With that in mind, to contrast the tight hallways and big open space of the first floor, I create a second floor with wide hallways and really small rooms. Of course, it's essential to keep the theme and the story of the level intact. I can't create a bunch of closets just because I need small spaces, for example. Luckily, nightclubs do have small spaces. They give you private rooms that you can rent out for like $1 billion, and they give you 1 bottle of alcohol. These rooms are special, so it's important to make them feel special. I decorate them. I make them have their own security. They're going to be a really private place, so I put them far away from people who aren't going to be as rich as them. At this point, I was kind of at a standstill, and it's definitely not a level yet. So I look at the options that are available to me, and I see that there's a whole underground floor that's not used. Maybe I can make something cool out of it. So how about alcohol storage? You have the option to toggle lights in the editor to see how it's going to look in game. In order for me to light the level from the player's point of view, I have to turn the editor lighting on. Whenever I get writer's block, I go back to the beginning and reference. More research, more pictures. I saw in one photo what kind of looked like an outdoor pool area. I figured that'd be pretty cool to do. I kept going with the idea, and I made changing rooms and a sauna, and I kind of had to slap myself and say that's not in a nightclub. Later I found out that it's not a pool at all, but an outdoor pond. I always try to throw in a clever twist whenever possible, so I ended up making a waterfall. It's a private pool that's upstairs that the excess water flows down to the pond downstairs. This doesn't actually exist in Jimmyz, but I thought it'd be pretty cool to do. Well, it looks like we're going to begin what is probably my favorite part of designing levels for Monaco. Ambient lighting. It looks like a Christmas tree. It's kind of funny. Those bright dots that you see don't actually show up in the game. They are just markers on the editor to show you that light is being emitted from that point. And it's a really low amount of light. It's mostly for color. So let's take a look at the final result. Here's the basement level. The first floor. And the second floor. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I hope you enjoy my levels when Monaco comes out. Thank you.